Yeah, that's right. We went live, and I'm rubbing my eyeball. You can deal with it, folks. This is Getting Felt Up, a puppetry podcast with Dan and Nate. I'm Dan.
And I'm Nate.
There he is, folks. You're looking handsome. Nate, you haven't we've been chatting. You have no comment about my new look? My new do? I got the beard like professionally.
Oh, you totally did. You know what? I didn't even notice it when we were talking right before we went on air. It does.
Yeah.
It looking smooth, dude. Very kempt.
Yeah. I got it all like I know you took a screenshot the other day. Like 2 days ago.
I took a couple of you pulling on.
Yeah, pull that screenshot up and compare apples to apples. I got it all nice and it's all nice and tight now.
For those who might have missed yesterday, I've got 2 words for you: beard puppets.
Beard puppets. That's right. But so a couple of quick things before James joins us, and hopefully he can join us and click the link and hop in. But Nate, are you sharing those links around our Twitter and Facebook and whatnot?
I'm about to do it forthwith.
Okay, so I'll do a little bit of talking. So as everyone knows, I'm a bit of a Funko fan. I'm a big fan. Primarily, the 2 things I collect is Ghostbusters and Muppets. I've got a nice, decent collection of them. But San Diego Comic-Con just announced their exclusives, their con exclusives. They announced them in waves, like 10 at a time or so. And sure the fudge, you can take a peek at the back of the Haunted Mansion. There's 4 of the Haunted Mansion: the Hatbox Ghost, and then Ezra, Phineas, and Gus. And these are they're kind of like translucent, the Hitchhiking Ghost and the Hatbox, but they weren't glow in the dark. I remember, Nate, you asked me in the last episode, like, oh, it's a glow in the dark, it looks cool. Well, they just announced the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and 4 of them are glow in the dark glitter.
Yeah. So that one isn't, but some of the new ones will be.
No, but they're limited. They're 1,000. They're each limited to 1,000 each, and they're only available at Comic-Con. They're going to go for like $250 a piece on eBay. It's just going to be fucking obnoxious. I'm never going to be able to afford them, but I still was super stoked when they announced that. So, but speaking of Ghostbusters and Funko, let's do a little mini unboxing while we're waiting for Jamesy.
Exciting! I'm so excited.
All right, here we go.
This is what gets millions of views on YouTube. Unboxing videos. We're bridging the gap, folks. Puppets, podcasting, and unboxing.
Okay.
There probably already is an unboxing podcast.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
somewhere.
I'll tell you that I've done my fair share of them. So, packing peanuts. It's Bolt's Weakness.
Ooh.
That's a deep cut. Do you even get that?
Packing peanuts, something what? Weakness?
It's Bolt's Weakness in the movie Bolt.
Oh.
With our boy Johnny Travolta.
Our personal friend and close personal friend.
And Scientologist John Travolta.
J-Trav.
Yep. All right, so you might be able to tell this is a pop. But it's a big pop. And what kind of pop is it? Well, let's find out. It cost me a little bit of money, but it's super cool. So
we're dripping with anticipation.
All right, here we go.
Oh, geez. Oh, I hope it's...
As you can tell, it's the Ghostbusters, right?
It's a Ghostbuster. Did you know? What?
Stay Puff.
Oh, he's
Stay
so
Puff
angry.
Marshmallow Man. It's angry. He's like right before he gets toasted, right? He's like pink with like rage.
Right before
he gets like blasted.
Right before he explodes?
Right before he explodes. And then not only that, but it's also, I got to charge it up. It's also glow in the dark. So
what?
Charge it up a little bit and we'll see how well it glows.
Yeah, because he's gray. Oh, he's red. So I wonder what.
Well, I guess the screen, the computer screen. Hold on, let me turn the computer screen down. You can see he's got like a gentle glow.
I see nothing but that's not working at all.
It's there. He's there. Shut up. Deal with it. If I had your doctor screwdriver, I would be because the black light charges them up really well. But yeah, it's super cool. This is a pretty rare one. Well, not very rare, but rare enough that they go for about $60. So
pretty rad.
But I like to trade. I have a fair share of Funko like trading material. So, but it's very, very cool. And so I have one of these, not this one. They made a couple different, but I have a toasted Stay Puft Marshmallow Man for you for your new home as a housewarming gift.
For me, a toasted one, a pre-toasted one.
Yeah,
does it smell like toasted marshmallows?
No, I wish it did. Hold on one second. Bam.
Because I think that would be that's the next level of Funko poppiness. Is they got glow in the darks now. What's keeping them from doing like scratch and sniff Funko Pops? I mean, the name's in it. It's funky. So something smells. I don't know.
This is what I got. This is what I got for you for your shelf.
Also, he's the same kind of angry. He's so angry.
Kind of angry.
Look at how happy he is on the box, but inside the box.
Well, I have a happy
one.
He
is right there.
I have you can see the whole line up there, and I have Slimer. It's my Slimer's probably one of my favorite pops ever. He's actually on my dashboard right now.
He's super happy, jazz hands.
Yeah, but you see, he's got a little bit of the toasted.
Yeah.
Little toasty there. So this is for you when I see you next.
Ah.
When I send you a box of. There may or may not be other ones, but we won't get into it right now. So, but yeah, I have these guys. I know how jazzed you are about Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, man.
Slimer, dude. He's actually in the first year.
Have you played him yet?
No, I haven't played him yet. He came out a few weeks ago, and I haven't even unboxed him yet for my other site. But yeah, man. So, we are currently live. Are you sharing all the links because we have no viewers?
I'm doing it right now. Kind of forgot our password there for a second.
Oh, okay. Let's not share that publicly.
No.
And then wherever Jamesy is, he said he was getting home at 10 o'clock, and I sent him the invite link. But James has been doing some really cool stuff. So James is, what's the name of the thing in Jersey? The
Field Station Dinosaurs.
So if you listen to our podcast that we did with the Monkey Boys, they had put together, they were building, it was top secret, they couldn't tell anybody, but they were building a baby T-Rex, or was it a raptor, or was it a T-Rex? Everyone's calling it a Rex, like a T-Rex.
It's a Rex.
It's a T-Rex, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they were building this like bodysuit that it was very, very impressive. And so James has been dabbling in puppeteering a dinosaur at Field Station Dinosaur. And so I'm looking forward to chatting with him about that. And then he also has been doing the installation of a couple shows on cruise ships. So he flies around and does cruise ship installations of shows for, is it Gable Grove Productions? Is that what it is?
Gable's Grove. Mm-hmm.
Gable's Grove, yeah. But now, Johnny, who we really need to set up a time and date to do a podcast with him, because now he's ready and willing.
Yeah, we got him on the hook for sure.
Yeah, but Imagine Ocean has now transformed into a television show, which is super exciting.
Splash and Bubbles.
Yep. Wait, that's not the name of the show, is it?
I believe it is.
I thought it was just Splash.
I think it's now Splash and Bubbles.
Splash and Bubbles. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So did Dorsal turn into Splash?
You know what? I don't know all the details of all the character name changes and such like that, but it's very possible.
Because I mean, Bubbles is the name.
Yeah, I think Bubbles stayed the same. So yeah, I believe that the title of the show is now Splash and Bubbles, and it's got quite a few of our past and future guests and friends working on that show.
Yeah. It hasn't premiered yet, though. I don't think. So
I don't believe so, but I think they're done with the initial
shooting, and it's digital puppetry
recording of the episodes. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Sid the Science Kid, which is kind of cool. And they've been working on it for a while now, so it's
which is something I would love to. We have this new medium that we're exploring online with the live video stuff, trying to get more of the video content out there. I would love to be able to, get a little behind the scenes walk and talk of the digital puppetry world.
Absolutely. And it bums me out because Infinity's canceled. I was going to go out there for a big Infinity event that was going to happen.
Right.
Now I don't.
There was going to be another like summit of some sort, right? Toy Box Summit or something?
Yep, and now that's dead. So oh well, what are you gonna do? But yeah, so we had some fun with the first of our live chats,
We
and
did. It was still a bit of an experiment. I
it
think
is,
every
and
time
we
we
still
do it,
haven't
it's gonna
figured
get a
out
little bit better.
we still haven't figured out the live chat, but we do have a direct connection to our comments. So if you're watching live, which none of you are because I can see how many people are watching and it's 0. But if you are,
It is 10 o'clock on a Saturday night.
but we'll follow up and we'll make sure we answer all of your questions, and we'll see what we can do to get some of your questions answered
In real time.
in real time. That's right. We have my household has not stopped listening to the Tony performance of Hamilton. We are pretty addicted to that at the moment.
Yeah,
have you seen it?
My household is also very Hamilton centric.
I haven't. I'm really on the fence about whether or not I want to listen to the music or not, because all I've heard so far of the music is the 2 songs from the White House performance, the opening number, and then the Tony performance. But I listen to those songs and I'm just like, this is just the perfect musical. It's just too damn good.
I highly recommend that you listen to the whole album, because chances are you're not going to be able to see the show for quite some time.
No, they just announced that they're airing it on PBS now.
I heard that. Yeah, they're filming the original cast, getting all the original cast recorded, and they're working on a documentary. He's actually coming out with another album. We're pausing the Puppet Talk for Hamilton Talk, and he's working on another album that's going to come out in October. It's called the Hamilton Mixtape, and it's going to be a lot of cut songs from the show, a lot of demos of original songs that were intended to be in the show that got cut, and then he's got some high-profile people coming in to do covers of some of like the very popular songs.
I really should listen to the album.
You really should, because I'll tell you what. The show, it's a libretto. It's like Les Mis. If you listen to the whole album, it's the whole show. It is the show, minus the also spectacular visual element that they use for it.
Absolutely. You've seen it, right?
I have not seen it. My wife has seen it.
Oh, okay. Your wife just saw it, didn't she?
She saw it, yeah, just a few weeks ago, or about a month ago. She was able to. She got super lucky and got tickets for not terribly too much more than face value.
You didn't pay your mortgage that month, but it's okay.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, and they announced. Everyone knew it was going to take all the Tonys, and then they announced that Lin-Manuel.
They didn't win all of them that they got nominated for.
Did not. It didn't beat It got the record number of nominations, because there was some of them were 3 nominations in each category. But they didn't beat the producers, which actually holds the record for the most wins of 12.
I think it's kind of great. I just fucking love the producers. I mean, it was just a wonderful piece of comedy musical. It's just too much. And if James ever shows up, maybe you can talk about the time he built some pigeon puppets for a production of that. James
is as anti-Broadway musical as he likes to showcase himself, or not that much knowledge of. He's worked a lot in theater stuff and made a lot of cool stuff for cool shows. I believe if he didn't help build, he definitely had help install it when we were doing Imagination at New World Stages in New York. At New World Stages was the Evil Dead the musical was there. When that opened, and I believe James had something to do with, if not helped, with some of the things for that show as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive. He can correct me, or
if he shows up.
Mm-hmm. If he decides, he's like, "Oh, they're talking about musicals. I'm not joining in this.
I just don't like anything because of James."
Why is he even our friend? Which is we.
I love him to death, though. He's a great dude.
He knows we love him.
But
But yes, go, listen to the full album of Hamilton.
So it's not going to ruin it if and when I do see it. Because like that was my downfall with Avenue Q. I say this often, that I should not have listened to the full album of Avenue Q prior to seeing it, because like 90% of the jokes of that musical are in the songs. And
sure,
when I went to see it, I was like, I really enjoyed it, but I'm just like, this, all the first punch gut hit of like the jokes were lost on me because I knew the song, I knew the musical in and out.
I think you would do yourself a disservice if you did not listen to the whole album pretty soon. And I would say my wife already had the album memorized before she was lucky enough to be able to see actually see the show with the original cast. And she's like, she couldn't stop crying. I mean, she already knew all the songs, but it didn't matter. It was that added visual element. It just added to it, and nothing was taken away, even though
there are some shows that I'm definitely on board. Like Rent is a perfect example of a musical that you should know the music in and out, because if you just walk into Rent, which I did, I went and saw it without knowing any of the music or anything about the show. And like the Act 1 finale happened, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is. I really am having a great time, but I have no idea what's going on because it's just a lot of information thrown at you, like boom, boom, boom. And after the musical, I was just like, what? I had a great time, but I have no idea what just happened. So that's like an example of a show where I'm like, know the music in and out before you go see it. So I wonder. So maybe I'll take a listen.
I think you should listen to it.
I had the album on my phone. I just have never listened to it.
It's just really good. Just let it run its entire course.
Yeah,
you shan't regret it.
Did you see the Tony performances?
I did in post later on. I saw like.
I really kind of dig the School of Rock thing. I thought it was kind of fun.
I did too. I liked that. My wife and I tried to lottery the School of Rock a few times, and it was like when that was happening. And you know what I didn't know? And she actually made, when I was watching clips of it, and I was like, "Is that Andrew Lloyd Webber? Why is Andrew Lloyd Webber introing School of Rock?" And my wife looks at me, she's like, "Because
he wrote it.
Did the music for it." And I was like, "What?"
And
Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber did the music for School of Rock. I literally had no idea. I was taking
his Christine Daae June part 2 is that. What's her name from Little Mermaid?
Oh, really?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she plays the love interest in it. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about? She played Little Mermaid. She was in Love Never Dies, the sequel to Phantom of the Opera.
I know who you're talking about. I cannot, for the life of me, think of her name.
Sarah
Bareilles?
No, that's not right. Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah
Jessica Parker.
It's not like we're both not sitting at the internet. But anyway, regardless, I love musicals where kids are kicking it on stage and killing it.
Oh, for sure. I always loved that movie. I'm a massive Jack Black fan anyways, and that movie was tailor-made, like written for him, basically. But but all those little kids that they hide in there, and they're all playing the instruments themselves. They're amazing.
Yeah. And the dude, the guy who stars in it, he does a great impression of Jack Black, but without putting it too far over the edge. You know what I mean? Like he like peppers like a little bit of the Jack cadence and fun, but without being like, I'm impersonating Jack Black. You know, he puts his own
made it his own, but also staying true to that.
He still gets a little bit of Jables in there, and speaking of Jables, you know that they're recording a new album, right? Have you seen the teasers?
I've been seeing their little teaser videos of them just jamming away in there. So I don't know when that's coming out or what it's gonna be about, but couldn't be more excited.
Super thrilled.
We love the D.
We do. We are big Tenacious D fans.
I love and people like, we'll bring it back to puppets. And I think, you know what, I forgot to ask our future guest of the podcast on his own one day, Paul McGinnis, when he worked on the show Crank Yankers a number of years ago that was on Comedy Central, and they did basically the Tenacious D puppets that were made. I'm sure we've talked about these before. Haven't we talked about the Tenacious D puppets?
Yep, we did. We just got a message from James. He's going to be home in less than 10 minutes, he said. So we're probably going to get like only 15 minutes of James, and then we're going to have to call it quits. But
That's perfect. Leave them wanting more.
We'll get a taste. But yes, the Crank Anchors, Tenacious D. I believe that was my first introduction to Tenacious D, to be entirely honest.
Was it really?
That was the first time I was like, what? Who are these guys? This is amazing. Yeah. I remember you saw them before they had their HBO thing.
Yeah, they played. I saw them play at the House of Blues in Orlando, Florida,
Really?
in like '99.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
April of '99.
That's insane.
And it was just like right before their HBO special aired, I believe. And yeah, it was just like that, just the two of them standing up there, just being awesome.
Which, if you have HBO and HBO Go and whatnot, it's still on demand. You can just watch it as long as you have HBO on your.
Yeah, man, HBO Go is pretty awesome. There's still, I think, almost everything, with the exception of Dream On, which was a very popular HBO show.
What the hell are you waving around there? What are you holding, like an antler or something?
It's a carved owl pen.
Oh yeah, because your wife loves the owls.
Yeah, this was a gift from my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Because it looks like Hedwig. She's a big Harry Potter fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the exception of
Speaking of
yes,
The Cursed Child. Have you read the synopsis? Have you heard what? Have you like?
You know what? I have not. I know next to nothing about the
preview's open. I highly suggest, because you're not going to see it, and it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? I cannot fathom a situation in which that production is not staged in New York. I can't imagine it not happening. But
I'm sure it'll come over.
But it's going to be like 2 or 3 years, and that the book is dropping in like July 31st, I think.
We have friends of the podcast, Amber and Art.
They're seeing it this week, I think.
Are going to see it, right?
Yeah, I think this week. But so the previews have opened, and a pretty thorough synopsis of the two-part. I was reading through it, and I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it's 2-3 hour plays. But it is intense. It's like it's like a whole nother movie. Like, it's a insane amount of stuff happens in these two.
It's just it's a straight play, right?
Straight play. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've seen a few pictures from the set and whatnot, and it just looks beautiful. And they do a lot of. They don't do any kind of like hokey stage magic, but from what I understand,
that was going to be my question: is what kind of stage illusions are they incorporating?
Yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly. For at least from what I read in the synopsis, it's surprisingly light on wand work, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's surprisingly heavy on magical items. You know what I mean? So it has nothing. There's not a lot of like wand duels. It's primarily magic items that influence the
trinkets and
things. Specifically time turner.
The time turner. Oh,
yeah. It's not a spoiler alert. I mean, it's like I think it's like right at the beginning of the first part of the first play. But like time turners like are like a major influence in the whole spiel.
And is this a continuation story? Is that correct?
Yeah. It's a continuation. All the characters, everybody. Other than Black Hermione, and Skunky let us know how she felt about that, and I think it's kind of awesome, because it's just really. I was reading it, and I was just like, this is amazing. It's a masterpiece. Now she said, J.K. says that there's a reason why it's a play, because of just like how the story unfolds, and I guess that's kind of. I guess I just need to see it and like actually hear it, or maybe get the script and read it to see like maybe what she means by that. But it's all kinds of it's very much wibbly wobbly timey wimey to the max. It's like Doctor Who meets Harry Potter. It's kind of great because it's all time turner stuff, which I think is really cool. So definitely, because not everyone who's in America, you're not going to see it anytime soon. I'm sorry. It's already sold out, unless you want to like
Right.
put a
If you
second
don't
mortgage.
already have tickets.
Yeah.
I know
So-
people that, and I think Art Number Ones was like, we bought tickets to this thing. Now we just got to figure out how to get to London.
Yeah. Now we have to figure out how to get to London. And but yeah, I was thoroughly impressed. So you just Google it, the Cursed Child plot synopsis, and read up on it because it's pretty great, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I think it's going to be. It's like I know that we're getting Fantastic Beasts, but it's like I just want more stories from that universe. You know what I mean? Like I really don't need them to be Harry Potter stories. I just want more. I want more magic. That's all.
The Wizarding World stories.
Oh, is that what they're calling it now?
No, I don't know. That's what you're basically saying you want. You want more stories from
there's like the Marvel Cinematic
World.
Universe, and then there's Wizarding World.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Is the Fantastic Beasts characters in the New Dimensions too? Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw
that in the commercial.
There's a story. There's a whole new story pack that retells the entire movie coming in November. It's one of the. There's 3 featured story packs: the Ghostbusters, Fantastic Beasts, and then the Lego Batman movie, which I am super stoked for. I'm
intrigued for the Fantastic Beasts movie.
I have a very, very strong feeling we're going to be seeing Dumbledore in it, a young Dumbledore. I have very, very strong feelings that that's going to happen. Because there's no way in hell they don't tie it to the other movies. You know what I mean?
Or at least do some sort of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, a wink and a nod to what
we're going to see at least one of the characters that we know and are familiar with in that. I don't know if it'll be Tom Riddle. I don't know if it'll be Dumbledore, but something. You can't just.
It takes place in America. It takes place in America, though, right?
In America, yeah. And at the point in time in which Dumbledore is just a teacher, he's like, I don't know what he taught. I can't remember what he taught when he first got started.
Potions, maybe? I don't know.
No, he didn't teach potions. No.
Did he teach charms? Say a charm?
Oh, he might have taught charms, maybe. I don't know. Where's your wife when you need her?
Exactly. Can we let's talk about really quick Harry Potter question. This is something that's plagued me, and I've never just like looked it up or asked people. But from movie wise, the great Warwick Davis plays a character. He plays Professor Flitwick, right?
Yep.
Now, from that first movie, he plays Yes, he plays the first movie. His character is like super old.
Yeah,
and then by the later ones, he's got like this little part down the middle bowl cut, and
the Mexican director. It was Prisoner of Azkaban that it changed.
And they just changed it and just didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, they're just like, well, fuck it. He's because I guess nobody liked the character because he was like old and like.
Or Warwick Davis is like, I hate wearing all this makeup. Can we just put a bowl cut on me?
Really, all kinds of done up. But no, it's never addressed in the movies. Not like.
But it is the same professor though. Professor Flitwick is still the same character.
It's still Flitwick. Yeah.
They do are they making some like behind like between movies? He did a charm and made himself poof to look like that. Now he's stuck that way.
Yeah, I imagine. I've always like I got to thinking about this like when they were like movie 5 or 6. It's like if any of the actors had died, which it did happen with Dumbledore,
with Richard Harris. Mm-hmm.
With Richard Harris, but yet Michael Gambon, they did him up, and I thought that was very convincing. You could, if you like now. Like when my daughter, when she's like 6 or 7, we go and watch all the movies. If I never point out to her that it's a different actor, I doubt she'll ever realize. You know what I mean? Because it's just there's a lot.
Kids are pretty observant.
Yeah, but there's enough going on in those movies that it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah,
even like no, because even he changed because I know the funny part of contention was in the initial ones, even though the first 2 movies seem to be very faithfully close to the books, ish. The one gripe that I remember hearing, and this is years later, is that Richard Harris was just he was too much of an older Dumbledore. Then when Gambon came in, he was much more and loud.
I can't even imagine what like Order of the Phoenix would have been like with the Dumbledore, with Richard Harris Dumbledore. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that
exactly.
battle with Voldemort, I can't imagine what it would have been like. You know, because
he was very proper and
Gambit brought it, and if he felt like an old character, but yet he was nimble enough. Man, I can walk. I have on many occasions just watched that battle between Dumbledore and Voldemort in the Ministry of Magic. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I just need to watch it. I just need to watch it because there's just so much. It's just wow, what a bitchin' fight. That's one of the best uses of magic in the entire series, I think.
What do you think about? And people talk about this because I believe if Ian McKellen was Dumbledore, because he was offered Dumbledore.
Yeah, and he turned it down.
He turned it down.
He's like, I can only be so many bitching characters at once, folks.
I can only be so many famous wizards.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably good that he turned it down, though, because think of all the, like, I'm sure that there was a lot of crossover between all the X-Men flicks while all the Harry Potter flicks were being made. I'm sure that, like, there would have been delays galore then because of that kind of stuff. And I think it would have been great. Patrick Stewart as Voldemort and Sir Ian McKellen as Dumbledore. Just pair them up and make it happen. So
I'm into it. I would totally see that. I would totally go watch that right now. They need to do like a Funny or Die.
Yeah, but come on,
like
admit it. The Ministry of Magic battle sequence is like one of the best moments of the entire series of all the films.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely super.
What is your favorite scene of all the Harry Potters, other than the Christmas scenes? Because that's the only reason why. I love watching. I love
every time it's Christmas.
Scenes.
I have a Daniel. I think I have a Daniel quote. I keep quotes in my phone, and I'm pretty positive one of the numerous Daniel Becker quotes that I have saved is something about Harry Potter and Christmas.
Favorite moments of almost every Harry Potter film. One of my favorite moments of every Harry Potter film is the Christmas scenes. There's just something about them. It's just always so magical. Maybe it's the shitty sweaters that Mrs. Weasley makes. I don't know what it is, but I just always love the Christmas scenes of the Harry Potter flicks. Particularly when he's in Hogwarts. Hogwarts Christmas scenes.
Yeah, this is it. I just love movies that take place at Christmas. That's my favorite part of the Harry Potter movies. Quote.
Yeah. There you go. So
the first quote I have. Do you want to see my first Daniel quote? And then we'll move on.
Oh God. Okay.
Daniel, quote. I'm like the UN of pubes.
What does that even mean?
You know what? I didn't put a reason. I just wrote it down. But apparently you quoted yourself as being like the UN of pubes.
I don't even know.
I don't even know either. I was trying to think about it. I can't even
think about a context in which, because like the UN is like a governing body, you know, like that like oversees all things. I don't even know. In the future, why don't you write down some goddamn context with these quotes?
I should. Well, I did. That was like the first time I...
Wait, is that like the first...
I have a really good one when we were talking about American Horror Story.
Oh, about Clive Owen?
No, about Ian McShane. And you said, Ian McShane is the McShit. But yes, no, the first episode... And we'll move on. Daniel on American Horror Story. The first episode, I turned to Julie and I was like, wow, the budget on this show must be high. They got Clive Owen. Then 2 episodes later, I'm like, fuck, that's not Clive Owen.
It wasn't. It was not Clive Owen. It was, what's his face? What's his name? I can't even remember.
That Dylan McDermott, no?
Dylan McDermott. Yeah. Dylan. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, like, Daniel, after posting our podcast on iTunes, oh, Jesus, a Swedish person just followed me on Instagram.
They did. I remember that. That's not nearly as good of a quote. But
all right, and last one. Last one I'm thinking about it. This was an exchange between you and my wife. No, I'm not going to read this one. That's a bad one. I'll prepare.
Will you text it to me just so I can...
It was one of those, there's nothing worse than something. It was something like,
whoa,
nothing worse
folks.
than this. And you said, I don't know, the Holocaust was pretty bad.
Hey,
whoa,
James.
Who's that?
Hi. What's up?
What's going on, man?
I'm drunk.
Oh
yeah?
Fantastic.
And you're in the Puppet Dungeon, I see.
I am. This is actually the first time I've sat down here in about 25 days.
Damn, are you eating a chalupa?
Whoa.
I'm having a lovely orange-sicle.
Oh, it's an orange creamsicle.
It's an orange creamsicle. It's got
Nice.
ice cream and orangey stuff.
So, James, have you not been down there for a while because you've been a dinosaur for so long?
No, I've actually, and I haven't mentioned it on Facebook or posted any pictures because I'm not allowed to. I've been working at the Henson Company for the last 3 weeks.
Whoa!
Yay! No one thought the day would ever happen, James, that you were
Lord
welcome.
knows I thought hell had frozen over. Yeah, I not to brag or anything, I got back from France and I went to go see Captain America Civil War and got an email asking me if I'd be interested in coming in, and I was like, yes.
Yes.
Why would you even put a question mark there?
Yeah, when you get that email or that phone call, you go, yes, I'll be there tomorrow.
Exactly.
James
So,
is like, I've been slowly rebuilding these bridges I've burned with primitive technology, sticks and mud, one stone at a time.
Exactly. So I've been working on some stuff there.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
It's nothing new or groundbreaking, and I would say what it was, but I'm not allowed to. I'll tell you in a month or two when it's announced.
Fair enough.
It's not the new thing on Netflix, and it's not Sesame Street. So there you go.
Cool.
It's mostly rebuilding old rotten stuff from the 90s. Something I
Whoa.
specialized in my earlier time at the Henson Company.
So James,
So it's been
we've got you for 15 minutes before Nate has to go. So
Nate, why are you such a fucking lightweight?
It's like I can only take so much, man. I'm getting old.
No,
I'm 41, motherfucker.
No, it's a timing thing. I gotta run.
He's got family.
I gotta run.
He's married now,
where do you
James.
have to run? It's 11 o'clock at night in Florida, the same as it is in New Jersey.
I have to go. I have to pick up my wife.
So give us a few minutes,
Uber.
James. Get us a few minutes,
right.
James, and tell us about putting puppets on cruise ships across the globe.
All right. Yeah, so before my brief current stint at the Henson Company, I was in Saint-Nazaire in France. Installing a puppet show on the Harmony of the Seas.
That's the new biggest ship on the planet.
It is now currently the record-holding largest cruise ship in the world. It is a Royal Caribbean ship, and I was working with our old friends, John Tartaglia and Michael Lewis, and Emily.
Has he dropped the Sean?
What?
Has he dropped the Sean? Because I've always called him Michael Sean Lewis.
No, he hasn't dropped it. I just call him Michael Lewis. That's.
Okay. I can't even see him.
It's too many names.
I can't even talk to him in normal conversation and not be like, "Hey, Michael Sean Lewis." I just can't not say the whole thing.
I just call him M now. You know, I'm so familiar with him.
Oh, because you're like 007.
It was like you referred to him as M.
That's right.
You're the James Bond.
Set of skills, and I know how to use them.
James Bond Wojtal, Jr.
So this is the Tal Puppet Show? You've been?
No, because that is Carnival. This new show is for Royal Caribbean, and it's on currently the Harmony of the Seas. And
so Royal Caribbean had no, it wasn't Royal. Was it Royal? Was Imagine Ocean originally on Royal Caribbean? That's correct, right? It was original. So Imagine Ocean's first inception
Ocean was created for Royal Caribbean, and then it went off Broadway, where Nate and I met, and then eventually Daniel. And then Carnival had its own show, which is the Towel Show, and we've done that on 22 ships. I think there might be one more getting it, but that hasn't been confirmed. But this is a brand new show for Royal about a little girl and an alien traveling around the world looking for lost fallen stars. And God, I must sound really blitzed right now to your listeners, but that's okay.
No,
they like
fine.
it when I swear and cuss, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And we were not doing any James impressions previous to you.
I'm sure you were.
we would never do such a thing,
no,
James.
my good friends Daniel and Nate would never do that.
Never, ever, ever. It's actually funny. Daniel had to kind of titled this our YouTube link at James on Dinos talks dinos and cruising. And when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, James talks dinos and cursing. So
Fucking dinos, god damn it. Anyway, so I did that. I was in France for a week, and then we sailed to Southampton and London, which I didn't see much of, but I got to go to a fabric store and a junky toy store to buy a wig. And,
Nice.
and it was mostly, that week was like tech week. We did a lot of work on the show, put it together with an amazing cast on the ship who had never been puppeteers before and did a wonderful job. And what did we do after that? Then we flew home to New Jersey, and I got the surprise email asking me to come in and do some work at Henson, which I have been more than happy to be doing.
What's it like rehearsing? Are you like rehearsing on a stage? Is it a stage? Or are you in like the boiler room?
No, it's a stage. They actually have a theater that they built specifically for the children's area on the ship. It's a small little theater. There's not a lot of room on it. There's no wings or anything. It's basically like an alcove with some seating in front of it. And we had a specialty designed set built that looks like almost looks like you're looking through a pair of binoculars, which is pretty cool. And they're doing black lights. You guys both know what that's about, tripping and bumping into each other and pretending you're not doing that.
yeah,
And,
right, exactly. You
exactly,
do that on
yeah.
purpose. Is the whole show is blacklight, or is just elements of blacklight?
No, the whole show's blacklight, everything, which was a challenge. Imagine Ocean was, I think our friends had it easy because they only had to deal with making things look bright and colorful in that palette. And it was like fish, and it was like, okay, they can be orange, and they can be green, and they can be pink
And you
and
have
yellow.
to do a little girl that looks realistic. Yeah.
So they give it to me. It's like, here's a Saint Bernard. Make that work for us.
Make this doggy glow, James.
You know,
Make it
because
glow.
Mammals glow really well. So that was a bit of a challenge, but we had fun with it. There's a dog, and there's some goats, and there's a couple of dolphins, and
It's live now, though, right? So I imagine we could probably find some overzealous YouTubing parent that has filmed it and put it up.
You might be able to find that. I might be able to surreptitiously send you some video files and
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
for me.
Or at least just some pictures. I'd just love to see what they all look like.
I'll send you some pictures. And it is live. It's out on the ship now, and they apparently loved it, which was great. And I believe we were the only thing to open on time.
Nice.
But it went really well, and we worked really, really hard on it, and we're very happy with it. And
That's awesome.
Hopefully, we'll get to do a couple more ships.
So what's the show called one more time?
It's called Away We Go. That's the name of the
Nice.
show. But
Wait,
So there's tentative plans or hope for installing that same show in other Royal Caribbean ships.
There's hope for 2 to 3 more ships. So we're cross fingers.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
And I also built puppets for the newest live stage show at Sesame Place in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. There are sunflowers and a bug and some ants and a butterfly and a squirrel named McNutty, voiced by our buddy Mr. Dillon.
Oh, awesome. Next time you go out there, let me know, and I'll hitch a ride with you, and we'll go have some fun. Because
there you go. I will. I have to go out there soon because I owe them a couple of replacements and a second McNutty. So hopefully soon.
Yeah, shoot me a text because I'd love to go along with you.
And I'd happily bring it. I've literally been swamped. I've been getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, leaving the house at 6:30, and getting home at like 9:30 at night, and then going to bed and doing that all over again.
But you gotta love it though. It's what you want to do.
You're doing the Lord's work.
It's not a complaint. I'm very happy to be doing it. Tonight, I finished the Dino Park thing that I stupidly took today, and I had a little reunion of the coffee shop I used to work with tonight at a bar, and I've been drinking for 4 hours.
So tell us what it's like to be inside a dinosaur in the middle of a hot summer.
I love it. It's awesome. And if that's all I was doing, I would bend over backwards to make sure I did it every Saturday and Sunday.
So what else were you doing then? Just for some context, we interviewed the Monkey Boys, and we were there in the shop when they were building it.
Yes, this is a dinosaur built by the Monkey Boys Productions, and it is amazing. It is a beautiful piece of engineering and puppetry. It has subtlety and character and movement. It's really a joy to work. And it's lighter than most other walkarounds than you would ever work on.
Yeah, we'll have to show some. I know there's some video links since the dinosaur was completed and put out there. We've seen some videos of like Mark and Michael posting little clips of walking around and messing with kids.
So you've seen what little, and there's already plenty of things on Instagram and probably YouTube now with the new park. And she's a beautiful, beautiful puppet, and I love working her. And I wish that's all I was doing. There's lots of other carny theme park stuff that I just don't give a crap about. And I'm also working full time 7 days a week right now, and I can't do Saturdays and Sundays for 8 hours and then do Monday through Friday for almost 9 to 10 hours, you know, because I'm burnt out.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
And I'm old. I'm getting old, boys. I can't keep doing this. I'm like Mr. Gale. Everything hurts.
Everything hurts, you see. Everything
hurts, you see.
Sore and hurting.
Right. Since you're here with me live on video, I'm going to see if I can find you a puppet, and I'll pull something up just because, you know, I'm drunk.
There we go. The infamous puppet dungeon, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me see what I have. I'm going to wander off this way. I'll be right back.
Did you hang this camera by a noose? It's like swinging.
Oh, it's a piece of wire.
I see. There's some chicken puppets.
Is that Tunk back there?
There's a Tunk back there.
Is that Tunk or is it Tank?
That's a cruise ship. Actually, no, that's the flat.
Remember no, there's
flat, it looks like that's the promo. That's the promo Tunk there. It looks like.
Yeah, it's a piece of foam core.
Not the flat one, you son of a bitch. The real one.
It's the foam core. See, it disappears.
Yeah, no, you the real one. Where's the real Tunk? He's there in a pile. Yeah, you do. You've been drinking, my friend.
I have been drinking. This is one of the cruise ship Tunks.
Oh, I mean, I think it's one of the.
I had to build some things for a cruise ship. Right? All right.
I'm
going to do my shitty Mr. Gale impression because that's the only one we do on this show.
I do kind of miss those puppets. I gotta say,
Me too.
I have moments.
I would happily do this again.
Yeah, I would too.
You won't do it though because you redesigned us all and made us cartoons.
Yep.
I'm going away now because I'm going to get us all in trouble.
And dear Michael Schupak, why didn't you make the little ball glow on it? I think that was a missed opportunity too, don't you think?
Probably was. LEDs weren't as
They weren't.
There's a different fish.
He sounds just like.
Hi.
Wow.
I'm here being drunk James puppeting. You're loving this every minute of it, aren't
you?
We are. This is great.
Oh, God, he's got a puppet hide.
It's going viral.
Nate's left all of his his puppets in storage somewhere.
Yeah, I need to get them out.
So he's got like. Yeah, it is a shame.
You go to Florida and you don't even say goodbye. We don't go out for a drink at the Dead Rabbit. Ugh.
I know. Tell me about it.
Dead now.
All their families up here, though. They come back. They'll be coming back, Lenny.
They better be.
Or we're just going to have to road trip. We're going to road trip right on down there and beat their door in.
I'm not driving to Florida again. I did that when I was 18 with my family. What a fucking nightmare that was. All to go to some fakakta fucking, what you call it?
We'll drive. We'll go down there. We'll just.
You people like that shit, don't you?
Oh, I love that puppet.
We're a fan of the parks. That dude, that's one of your walkarounds, right?
That is my walkaround that doesn't have any legs. I don't have legs. Oh.
What do you call him? Somewhere. You call him Bluebird?
I'm not a bird. Oh, I've got ears. Oh. Where's my arms?
Is he like a frackle?
I don't know what I am.
I'm pretty sure birds have ears, don't they?
No, they don't. Not like I do. I've got arms. Oh, here's my hands. Oh, these are backwards. Oh, Christ. Oh,
See, Nate, I told you that it would be good to get puppeteers.
I told you I went out drinking before.
On live chat. with video.
This is going to be the most amazing podcast ever. Enjoy this, kids.
Well, this is actually kind of apropos, because Jamesy, you were our first guest on the audio-only version, and now you are our first video version guest.
You guys are just spiraling down the bowl of podcasting.
But you're fixing, because we quote you often when we first started to do the show. You're like, oh,
you do my voice like this.
like you're gonna do an audio podcast about a visual medium. And so now you're fixing it. You're adding the visual element.
Carlucci in and have him do my voice for 2 hours. Beat that little skinny motherfucker.
We had an episode with Carlucci.
I do spin classes. I'm special. Ooh.
We had an episode with him, but it had to go into the vault, never to be heard.
Why?
It ended up dissipating into the ether.
Oh my goodness!
Hear that one personally. So whoever has the file, I want to hear it.
There's some stuff that was said by prolific folks now that just could not have been publicly released.
I don't believe you.
Oh my god, I remember it. What a hot fucking mess that show was.
Why? What did Jonathan say?
Oh, it wasn't just Jonathan. There were lots of people in that room that will get a shit ton of trouble if we ever.
Oh, good God! Well, you're gonna have to send that to me because I need to hear it.
I'm sure Nate has long since deleted it. So,
they're disappointed in you both. That could have been great blackmail material.
What are his eyes made of, James?
Plastic.
Like vacuum formed or like spoons?
No,
or what?
they're actually like oversized ornaments.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Those things you can get at Michael's.
Yep.
And
That's
the
nice.
fur is actually amazing on this guy. It's like 4 inches long. I've never seen stuff like this. It actually has a lot of movement. So
Yeah, no, it does. It has a lot of really great residual movement.
I found it at a place that sells like remnants. So
Was he made for something, or was he like one of your passion projects, like just to do it?
It was kind of I want to remake something I made a long time. Remember the Halloween costume I did?
Yes. There's a picture of us standing outside of the theater in that.
Basically the remake of that, and we ended up using him for one of Noel's appearances at Comic-Con in New York.
Oh, nice.
So
I was there. It's on our YouTube channel.
That very thing. That's what I used it for.
I think it's the only video.
I was actually supposed to be with Noel this weekend, and I forgot I had something with him, and I didn't take the weekend off, and I ended up having to work, and him and Maddie are up in Massachusetts somewhere.
Yeah, at that northeast.
Don't worry, folks. Me and Noel McNeil will be appearing in somewhere in upstate New York somewhere. Something with a P.
We're going to be peeing in upstate New York.
Yeah, up Route 80 somewhere.
Oh my goodness, that's
what, like on the side of the road or something?
Poughkeepsie. I'll be in Poughkeepsie with Noel McNeil.
There we
July
go.
24th.
Getting your plugs in. I like it.
Right. Get my plugs in. And eventually someday I'll have real
just
plugs.
Oh, yep. But well, there you go. Now Nate has to go.
That's me. Drunk
There he is, James Wojtal Jr. Everybody, thank you for showing us the little bit of the puppet dungeon.
Are you just on your iPhone there?
What's that?
Are you just using your iPhone?
No, you're on my iPad.
Oh, well, that works real awesome. Everybody has an iPad, so.
See, that's my phone, and this is the iPad.
Okay, James, you don't have to be a dickbag.
Yeah, I do.
This is
my job.
That's my iPhone.
That's what I'm known for.
Look, here's my iPhone.
That's my oov.
Here's my iPhone. Here's my iPad. Yes. See, it sounds just like it,
How are you
folks.
boys doing? Daniel, you just had a second child.
I
Congratulations.
did. Thank you, sir.
Nate, you left New York and didn't say goodbye and went to Florida. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
I'm not going to let you live that down.
Fair enough.
I found out you were there 2 weeks after you left.
Yep.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I'm just going to hug you harder next time I see you.
Oh, good. See, that was my whole plan. That was my plan
All right.
from the beginning.
There you go.
Nate just wants to be touched.
Well,
Just need to be loved.
I do, because I'm lonely in the basement.
I'm cold. There's wolves after me.
Nate, you haven't like run out the door yet. Has your wife just not called, or what's going on?
No, I'm stretching it out for a couple more minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's 10:47. He's got another 10 minutes before he has to leave.
but yeah, sir. James,
Yeah.
are you a big fan of The Flash?
I love The Flash. It's so much
Yeah,
fun.
when James and I were in Miami, we were watching all like the arrows and the flashes.
Oh,
Oh, I can't.
and the Rick and Mortys.
And Rick and Morty's religiously.
Wow, we went through a lot of Rick and Morty.
We just kept going, and we just didn't stop watching it, and it was
No, we
very...
didn't. Even when I reached my limit, and I was just like, I have to go to bed now.
I fucking
It
love
was a
this
good
shit.
show.
James, you've seen the time that Pendleton Ward did a doodle of us, right?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Isn't that pretty
Yes, I
intense?
that was like last year sometime. Where
Yeah, it
did
was.
you meet him?
We just accidentally got one by giving money to somebody else.
That's right. I forgot
Not
about
really allowed to say what and how it happened.
That's okay. You got an amazing doodle by Pendleton Ward.
Yeah.
Who did that cartoon that I never watched.
Oh, dude, that's such a great cartoon.
I can't get into it. It's that ugly drawing style I don't like.
But I just saw season 2, episode 2. Spoiler alert: when Harrison Wells, like, they go to New Earth 1 and
Yes.
they reintroduce him, and he
Yes.
like open the elevator doors, and I
Yes.
had like a Ministry full circle. I had a Ministry of Magic moment where I was like Minister of Magic, and I was like, oh, he's back! Like,
Did you say that out
See,
loud?
yeah,
my
he
favorite
must not
bit was
name
just
me named returns.
what really got me with season 2 of The Flash was
No,
out
don't
of
say
nowhere-
anything. I haven't watched it yet.
What?
I've only
He's just started. He's fresh.
I just marathoned all of season 1 in like 3 days. It's
God
like
damn it.
it's like my new Lost. Like, I can't stop watching it. So I'm only on season 2, episode 3
Fine.
with
I
Jay
can't
with
talk
Jay
about it.
Carrick. But
All right.
they ended.
Aside from Bob's Burgers, The Flash is the only other TV thing I've been watching. So
Bob's
Both
Burgers.
of those respectable choices.
Fucking Bob's Burgers, man, it makes me so happy. That show is a masterpiece.
still, my favorite line of dialogue ever is, "Hey Marshmallow, how'd you get your name?" Because if there's a sweet potato pie, I'm on top of it. Just makes me giggle endlessly for no apparent reason.
What a great show. That show makes me so happy.
So well written.
But
well written.
You both of you boys make me so happy.
No,
Oh,
you make me happy.
that's adorable.
This is the closest I've been to Nate in weeks, months.
Wait, since
And
December.
Daniel.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Was it December last time I saw you?
No, that can't be right. That was the last time we lived with each other for a week and a half. But
Oh, that's right.
But
No, that was the last time I saw you.
was it really? Mm.
Yeah, that's
I
sad.
can't remember the last time I saw Nate. It was
Goddamn life getting in the way.
It was 1953. And
I was a zygote.
it was misting out. But all right. Well, Nate's got to go.
Wait, are there people watching this craziness?
I don't even know if anybody ever joined this live, so I doubt it.
There were people watching last week, and they watch it. It's getting views, and we'll share the shit out of it now that we've got
So
guests.
all of you people watching, why don't you have lives?
They're gonna watch it later on their own time.
It's currently 10:51 p.m. in the Eastern Standard Time.
There's no one watching it live right this second, so don't
I
worry.
don't think
okay,
anyone
good.
chimed in live at all this entire time.
No.
Okay, good. It's not like when you do the Periscope things and people start giving you hearts for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
No hearts. But
Daniel, what a magnificent beard you've grown since last
Right?
time.
thank you, sir.
Lord.
I just got it all. I've got it shaped up at the salon today.
Good Lord, you went to a salon.
Well, no, it's like a hipster, like it's like a bearded hipster place. I just call it
Do
a
you know
salon.
how much you are like the Christmas present?
But...
Like
I
year
do.
round?
Yep, it's in the singing of the street chorus choir.
Exactly. Look, Kirk Thatcher
Getting
Jr.
home and getting warm by the fire.
Are we sure that Kirk Thatcher isn't your father?
I'm very sure. Yeah,
Are you positive?
I look a lot like my dad. Like.
Yeah, but you
stupidly a
both
lot.
apparently look like Kirk Thatcher too. So who knows?
I don't think we look
Were you
anything
ever
alike.
wandering the wilds of Pennsylvania 20-something years ago?
All right. Well, Nate's got to go.
Oh, now you're kicking me off because I'm insulting your parentage.
No, I'm not. I don't give a shit.
Oh, there's Nate again. Nate will
here.
enjoy it.
So we're gonna do our sign off. You want to grab a character? Or you want to do it as yourself?
Yeah, let me grab a character. Let me see what I got.
Start it up, Nate. He's got till it comes to his part to get a puppet. So
All right, here we go.
Wait, I gotta get my
Well, for those of you who are watching this post, not live, this has been Getting
Why
Filled
have you
Up,
been doing
a
that?
puppetry live video podcast with Dan and Nate.
I'm Dan.
I'm Nate.
And I'm James. We'll fill you up next time.
I love that duck.
Squishy.
I like the squishy ad.
We missed
That
it.
adds a nice creepy factor to it.
We missed it.
Nice
Do it.
and creepy. You realize that we puppets are never made of felt, right?
Yes. we know.
Yes,
It's fleece.
it is.
That's right.
But
Now you're shaking again. I'm sorry.
we did it for the sake of the pun, because most people, Joe Public always assumes that it's felt.
Well, Joe Public is dumb.
Fuck
Fuck Joe Public. Fuck him right in the A.
I can't wait till we amass a good amount of these so we can do a supercut of all like the puppet shenanigans.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do.
Puppet sign-off shenanigans.
Just wait until you interview lots of idiots with puppets in their basement.
So you're
With sad lives who have nothing better to do on a Saturday night. They get drunk and then talk to two Poindexters on a computer.
How are we Poindexters? Go suck a dick. Are you going to give us the bird with the bird?
Fuck you. If I had that as an option, I might think about it.
Are you going to give us the bird with the bird? I think it'd be only
flip us the
appropriate.
bird with the
Ask and you shall receive, my friend. How's that? This should never be released publicly, but it's
That's
going to be.
I just screen capped that
because
because that was brilliant.
That's right. Good Lord. All right. Should I just close off my computer and end my career now?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Good night. I'll feel you both up next time, and maybe. No, never mind. If I can make these two laugh, I know I've done something really juvenile and easy. And without any base of real, oh God, oh Lord, I'm leaving.